Happy Wednesday. It feels like Thursday right now because the holiday feels like a Saturday. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna get right into it because I made a post on stop drinking vodka sodas and tequila sodas, and a lot of people had questions. They're like, "This makes no sense. Like, can you please clear this up? This goes against everything you've said. You're a baby murderer. I hate you, Dylan. Go fuck yourself." No, I'm just kidding. I say that, but they were thinking it. I know you guys were. Vodka sodas and tequila sodas. My point with that post was we're majoring in the minors, okay? Like, alcohol, you can drink it. You can lose fat at the same time. You just need to structure it into your macros and have the right supplementation and just making sure you're checking all your boxes. The myths of, kills your fat, you're never not metabolizing fat, guys. Like, it's just different degrees. So if you have obviously a higher ABV, it's going to lower your fat metabolisms more. And also that effect is acute. It's not like it has like, you're never going to metabolize fat ever again at a high rate. And it goes back to normal pretty quick. Our bodies aren't made of fucking glass, which every influencer out there wants to tell you, okay? So my point with the post was that, like, we're comparing alcohols and like what to drink. It's like, yeah, it's important, it does matter, but how much it matters is going to be less. And don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying it doesn't matter what type of alcohol you drink. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that there are things that matter more. Macros. And guys, by the way, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop those in now. I'm more than happy to answer those. But if we go through the fat loss hierarchy, right, number one thing we are going to be looking at is going to be your hormone optimization, seeing what imbalances you have, really fixing that first. Then once we get down the chain, then it's recovery, right? Sleep, stress, making sure you have a good HRV score. Then we go down to the next one. That's going to be energy intake. How many calories you're eating, right? You need to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. Now, obviously, where that chain gets a little thrown off is metabolism, menopause, and a lot of different factors, but just to kind of bastardize it, like that energy intake is going to be your need deficit to actually pull energy from fat, right? Then we're looking at protein intake, then we're looking at exercise, and then we're looking at food type. So food type / alcohol type does matter. How much it matters, that's kind of the thing that we're talking about, right? And you want to make sure that you're not majoring in the minors on, just focusing on the bottom thing. That's why people that are just like, I'm working out, like I'm not seeing results. It's like, well, don't you feel like because you're focused on the thing that matters the least, that's probably why you're not seeing the results, right? It's like your hands are so close to the camera, they're covering up when you move them. You always see your hands. What are you talking about? What about now? Alana, can you see these? No, I'm just kidding. Good feedback. I respect that. So, alcohol does matter, but there are other things that matter a lot more. Hitting those things towards the top of the chain. So my point was, like, you can pretty much drink whatever alcohol you want as long as it fits into your macros. If you want to drink one that's going to be less inflammatory and better for you, then you're going to be looking at, obviously, like, the tequila, the tequila blanco, the vodka, all that stuff, the clear liquors. That's going to be the best. Gin. And then you can kind of look down the chain. Now, there is some newer research showing that, although obviously those are the cleanest and they have the least additives, and that's good for hormone health and gut health and fat loss, what they're showing is the more inflammation is actually happening. And they both matter, right? They both matter. The inflammation, obviously the additives, all that shit, it's like fucking up your gut and like everything. Both matters, but they're showing that the liquor actually has the highest inflammation, and it seems to be directly related to the ABV. So the higher the ABV, the higher the proof on an alcohol that you're drinking, like a light beer 5% or a hard seltzer 5%, versus, like a tequila or something that's a liquor, right? It's going to have like a 40% ABV. Is going to affect your inflammation. Now, how much it does is a little debatable, and the research isn't entirely, there was a little bit, some gaps in that, I'm not going to lie, in terms of the research, but it is there. But also, it's how your body responds best to stuff, right? Like, did my thing just get really dark, or is that just my phone? Because it's probably overheating right now. Yeah, like directly in the sun. I'm a tequila girl. Yeah. Tequila. I'll go through tequila actually real quick. BTMB 9394. Tequila. Who is it? Diageo is the parent company of Casamigos, Crapamigos, and what's up, Australia? We have a bunch of clients in Australia, actually. I feel like the Australians are most like Californians, so I get you guys. I feel you. But Diageo owns Crapamigos, and they also own Don Julio. They're in a huge lawsuit right now for not using 100% blue agave, and they're actually using mixto tequila. Why does that matter? Well, the chemical byproducts that happen during distillation and fermentation process are a lot higher in mixto tequila. Yeah, so you have a lot more congeners, a lot more chemical byproducts, the aldehydes, that type of thing that will mess up your gut, inflame the fuck out of you. Really not good. Yeah, exactly. Yep, 100% lily hops. Yeah, if it doesn't say 100% blue agave, it's blue ever agave is what it is, but 100% agave, 100% blue agave, that's what you would be looking for. There's 3 really good ones that I would opt about. Gin's really good too. Yeah, gin's sort of towards the top of the spectrum, especially because you can't, there's not many additives you can put in gin as it is to make it taste any different. But the drier the better. London dry gin seems to be the best in terms of inflammation. But the problem with the 100% on the bottle, and this is why Crapamigos and Don Julio are getting sued right now, is because they are using mixto tequila, which is this is bullshit. And there's a lot. I honestly just think that they're bad. I think Clase Azul too is shit. Like, I think all those quote unquote like, bougie brands, they're all horrible. Like, if you like tequila, like, you can taste the difference and actually just be like, yeah, these are not good. They're very syrupy. They're just bad quality. The much better tequilas, and these are all really good because, well, let me give you 3 of them. Number 1 is Mi Genta. That is a B Corp, and they are all about like sustainable farming and practices. So the tequila they produce is very, very clean, additive free, all that stuff, and it is certified 100% blue agave. Don Fulano is a really good one too, and what I like about Don Fulano, and it's a little bit pricier, I think it's like $50-$60 a bottle, but they use they actually have their own what's it called, agave farm, so they source their own agave, and they use a copper pan distillation process, which makes it a lot cleaner. The third one is Tres Agave. So Tres Agaves is really good. It's a little bit more cost effective too. It's like $30, $25 a bottle. But yeah, it's that one is very clean, light, clear tasting. It's got no additives. It's got no bullshit. And these are all small family owned ones. And the Tres Agaves too is very small. So the small batch, it's gonna have a lot better quality because they're not mass producing it. Because when you mass produce it, a lot of times they're putting additives, they're putting in, added sugar alcohols, like just kind of crap in there to make it taste better, instead of using smaller batches to improve the quality. So in terms of the alcohol, guys, like, it fits in, drink it. It'll help your moderation. If you don't drink, don't start, right? There's no health benefits, right? But if you drink and you want to figure out how to lose fat at the same time, it is 100% possible. Like, my clients do it all the time. It's how I did it. I'm a degenerate. I'm just kidding, kind of. But I'm going to put together a 4th of July game plan. But I know a lot of people commented on that post about tequila and vodka. And that actually was a repurposed post. Yeah, thank you. Vapored wine. But yeah, I put a post out that was actually repurposed from last year that I had my editor do. And that got, everyone's like, wait, what? Like, don't drink these? But most people didn't read the caption because it was kind of like a troll post, like, don't drink these, right? But it was really, you can drink whatever you want as long as it fits into your macros, and you do it in moderation, obviously structure and get the right recovery and all that thing. The 3 things I would make sure that you are doing in excess of obviously hitting your macros and fitting your wine in, is making sure you're not drinking too close to your sleep, ideally about 3 hours before, because it is going to disrupt your sleep. Taking the right supplements to flush the toxins out of your body, and to get that acute fat metabolism hit more acute, more short. And the other thing I would do is just make sure that what's the third thing I was going to say? Just make sure you are doing everything you can to improve your recovery. Because if it's affecting your recovery, you're not sleeping deep, you're not sleeping enough, and it's just like, oh, actually, third thing would rather be, and that kind of goes into that. It's making sure you're moderating it. I like to use the 1 on 2 off. Drink and then take 2 days off. Drink then take 2 days off. Sometimes that's not possible in certain weeks that you're partying or whatever, you're on vacation. So there are different game plans for different things. But hope this is helpful. I'm gonna say this post because I'm outside, not by my mic. And what do I think about Don Julio? Oh, I just like shit on Don Julio. You missed that whole thing. But yeah, I just don't think Don Julio is a good. I don't think it tastes great. I don't think 1942 is good. I don't think it's like a good quality tequila. And what they're finding, Don Julio's parent company, Diageo, is they're getting sued right now by all the agave farmers in Mexico because they're like, wait, you're not using agave from us anymore. Like, you're not using any agave because you're using mixto tequila. So it's a lower grade tequila, even though they're saying 100% blue agave. So if you're looking, someone commented earlier, like, 100% blue agave is the best, but they're using, shit marketing. The best batches you can get are more family-owned small batch. Mi Gente, really good. They have really great everything, honestly. Like Añejo, Reposado, Tequila Blanco is really good. The Don Fulano, which is like 4 generations, they actually have their own agave farm there. So they use their own estate on the agave, and they use copper pot distillation process, which makes it very, very clean. And Tres Agaves is another small batch, locally sourced. The other thing with Mi Gente is they are a B Corp, so they use a lot more sustainable practices and don't use pesticides and all that other shit. So those are the 3 I would go with tequila. But yeah, keep drinking tequila sodas. Keep drinking, keep drinking your vodka sodas. As long you could drink basically whatever you want, as long as you're fitting into your macros using the 80-20 rules and using moderation, not drinking. Basically, just not drinking more days than not of the week. If you're drinking 4 days a week, you're kind of cutting it close, but you can still do 3. The first one, the first tequila, I don't know which one was the first one I said, but Don Fulano, Fulano, Don, D-O-N. That's two words. That's the first one. Mi Gente, which means my people, because I'm taking Spanish on day 35. What's up, Pimsleur method? Mi Gente, Mijenta. And then the third one was Tres Agaves. So 3, Tres Agaves, agave. But yeah, I hope that's helpful. But yeah, keep drinking what you want, fit it in, moderate it, 80-20 rule, take more. Mi Gente, yeah, that's right. Mi Gente is people. My people. Fulano, yep, exactly. So yeah, those if you're a tequila lover, like, try those 3 out, report back. I think they're probably the best out there. Yeah, 3 agaves. But yeah, just make sure you're moderating it, supplementing the right way, and putting in your macros, and you're good to go. But yeah, hope this was helpful, and hope everyone has a great 4th of July. I gotta go because my twins are waking up for their nap right now, and it's time to go on daddy duty. But love y'all, hope this is helpful, and drink and lose fat. Let's go.